Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my monthly update for 6 by Santa. This project was created by Elizabeth, who is Shiny Happy Pans over on Instagram. I will have her account linked down below. This is also a small group collab, so I will have everybody's Instagram accounts or YouTube channels linked down below as well. I hope you check them out if you're not following them already. I think you'll like to see their content, whether it's in photos or videos. They're all really good project panners. This was a end of year push project. So 6 products, there's no rules, there's no theme. I mean, it's called 6 by Santa because the project ends on Christmas, but we didn't have any restrictions as far as what products we could pick. It's not rolling, so once we meet our goal on the product, it's done, and I think that's everything. I feel like I am on track to meet a lot of goals in this project by December 25th. I haven't met a lot of goals yet, but I think I'm on track. So that's pretty exciting. A lot of these products were like foundation based products because those were the products that I was running out of around the time this project was starting. So I was just being very practical and logical by rolling in products that I needed to pan rather than the products that I want to pan. Because typically I want to pan eyeshadow and lipstick, even though I only have 2 eyes. So I like panning eyeshadow. I don't like panning lipstick, but I like wearing lipstick. And I like shopping my stash for lipstick. But I was very practical. I have a lot of foundation products in this project. And so these are the type of workhorse products that I tend to wear day in and day out, regardless of what other makeup products I put on. And I make progress usually when I do that. The first product on my list was a twofer. I already finished one of the 2 products at last month's update. The second product is a foundation primer. The first product was also a foundation primer. It was from Mercier. This one's from Pixie. This was brand new and unused when I rolled it into this project. And it felt so firm. Every time I used it, it just felt like it wasn't going anywhere. I only need a very small amount, like a pea-size amount to prime my entire face, and it just felt like I wasn't going anywhere. And then just recently, the air bubble went out of this, and I could see how much progress I made. Now the air bubble somehow is back in there. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, so I've pinched it all the way down to there, and there's no product coming out. It's getting there. The package is now touching each other on the inside, and still no product coming out. So I definitely feel like I'm getting there, and I think I'm on track to finish this by December 25th. It's a really good primer, but it's also not, it's a good primer, but it's not really a remarkable primer in any way. I like it. I don't know if I would buy a full size of this once I use this up. I don't have to think about it now. I have a lot of primers to get through before I have to think about what primer I want to buy, but I am enjoying it, and I'm excited to be finishing it. I've had it for a long time and it's getting older. So for that reason alone, I'm really happy to be using it up. Okay, this next product, I'm not really on track to finish. I haven't been using it very much at all. This is probably the dud of the project at the moment. This is my E.L.F. eyelid primer. I have a lot of products that I use interchangeably as an eyeshadow primer, eyeshadow base, and a lot of them are different colored products like eyeshadow sticks, smudge pots. This I only use when I don't want a colorful base. When I really want just a blank slate, nothing special on my eyelids, this is the one I go for. But rarely do I want to go for that. Usually I'm using the colored base products that I'm working on in my eye look. So this isn't getting used that regularly. It's more sporadic and inconsistent, but I'm happy to have it on hand in my bathroom when I do want it. And right now I have been making some good progress with finishing some base products. So maybe I'll get some more use as I get closer to Christmas. But right now I'm focusing in on a couple of other base products more so than that one from day to day. Next is my E.L.F. concealer palette in the shade Light. My goal is to just hit pan on one of the shades in this palette, and the one that I've been reaching for the most is the second one, and I definitely have a dip going in there, but as you could tell, there is no pan yet. I tend to put this around my nose area. Actually, I probably should put a little bit on right now. What was I thinking? Hold on, let me get this done. Okay, I've just concealed my entire nose area, still no pan, but I have not started using this as an under eye concealer at the moment. I'm still finishing off the very last bits of my Edward Best concealer stick that I depotted, but it is almost gone. And once it's gone, I'm gonna be using this as an under eye concealer as well. And it should go pretty quickly at that point. So, no pan yet, but I'm still really confident that I will have pan by the finale. I'm not too worried about that. The next product was my foundation. I decided to start working on this E.L.F. Mineralized Moisture SPF 15 foundation. I thought it was a decent color match for me, and I hadn't used it in a long time. And I have some really good progress over, since this last update. I'm not gonna say over the past month, but since this last update, I went from up here to down here. It's possible that this tape was actually a little bit lower than it is, but at the time I was having a really hard time seeing through the bottle. Today I was able to get a really clear fill line, and so this is an accurate line for where I'm currently at. I think it's safe to say I'm right around the halfway point. The bottle does seem to get a little bit bigger as I get down to the bottom, but yeah, I'd say I'm about halfway. I didn't have a specific goal on this product. I just wanted to use as much of it as I could while it was a good color match for me. At some point, this might be too dark for me, although I feel like I'm already pretty pale and it's not. So far, I feel like it's working. But if at any point I feel like this is too dark of a foundation for me, I will roll it out and start working on something else. But for now, it's good and I'm enjoying it, and I'm happy to have made so much progress over the past month. I have too many foundations too. I have too many of everything. Okay, the next product is another E.L.F. product. This was an E.L.F. heavy project. Even though we're not charged with coordinating themed products to this project, I ended up picking a lot of E.L.F. products. I don't know if that was a subconscious move or just a coincidence, but another E.L.F. product is this concealer stick. It's a color correcting stick, excuse me. It doesn't have a name. It says in parentheses light skin tones, which is pretty accurate. This is a little bit orangey for my preferences. I would much prefer a corrector that's like a little bit, oh, I see you. I would much prefer a corrector that's a little bit lighter and a little bit peachier than this one, but I apply it underneath a concealer that is brightening and lightening, and I feel like it works. I don't have any complaints about my under eyes, but this isn't something I would be interested in purchasing again, although I'm not even sure if E.L.F. still sells this. I was on their website not too long ago, and every product seemed completely new. I didn't recognize anything, so I don't even know if I could buy it. They seem to have their color correctors in little pots now, like the Pixie Color Correction Concentrate or the Bobbi Brown. Your brother's in the bathroom. So I don't even think I could buy this again if I wanted to, but this is not a color I would like to repurchase. I'm glad I had a chance to try it out, but I do know at this point that what really works out for me is a very, very light pinky salmon-y shade. So that being said, I have been using this every single day, and I do have some progress finally. This is a chubby little stick, and I have to use it a lot to make even the smallest amount of progress, so it doesn't go quickly. This isn't going to be done by the end of the project. It might take me all of next year to work on it, but I'm just going to keep chipping away at it. I feel like 2023 was definitely a year for me to tackle some project panning items that I had previously been very intimidated to pan. And I think part of that's because I've just kind of gotten into the groove of project panning where you just use the same thing day in and day out. And ultimately, I think that's kind of what good project panners do. They just stick with the same thing day in and day out. And that's something I've always struggled with, but I feel like I'm better at it this year than any other year before. Maybe I'm just getting more boring. I don't know, but I'm getting better at just using the same products day in and day out. All right. The last product in this project is a lipstick. It's called the Starlit Cocktail Lipstick. It's a pretty like rosy berry shade, and my goal was to use it 20 times. I am up to 14 uses. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yep, I am up to 14 uses, so I only need to use this 6 more times. I'm pretty confident that I will be able to do that by the end of this project. That's the shade right there. I had this on this morning when I went to work. It wore off, and I put this another lipstick on, but I have been wearing this. 14 times isn't a lot. It's nowhere near panning this little sucker, but I'm really glad I put this challenging color into this project, and I'm really glad that I've been getting some use out of it. That's it rolled all the way down, so there's still just a ton of product, but I've used it 14 times, and if I can use it 6 more times, I will have met my goal for this project, and I'm happy with that. So that is everything that I'm working on. I definitely think by either next month's update or the finale, whenever I post the next video, I will have met a goal or 2. I think so. And I'm really glad that I'm getting a chance to use these products, that many of which have been sitting in my office untouched for years and years and years. It's just been really good to get to know these products a little bit better. So that is going to be it for this update. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.